All right, the Chargers are in training camp, and there's one player, specifically one player, that just keeps standing out and that everyone is impressed with, players, coaches, and media. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is fully dedicated to the Chargers. The Lions and the Chargers play each other first game of the season, or you know what I'm saying, first preseason game. And so that'll be cool. Okay, here is the let me read some of this stuff. And some of the reports are coming out of kind of what's interesting is on day 1, day 2 here, Omarion Hampton, your first round running back, he is getting first team reps while Najee Harris rehabs an eye injury. This feels significant. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, yeah, I get it. You know, it's like, no, these right from the jump, it's him and he's going to be getting the ball more than Najee, like right out of the gates, seems significant. So Jim Harbaugh said he's attacking and hitting hard. Still got some days before we're in pads, but I think he's going to be even better in pads. He also said he's hungry, he's a learner, listener. Then he goes out and executes the instruction to the best of abilities. We're lucky to have Omarion. He just does it day after day. Greg Roman said that him and Najee Harris, I mean, just having both of them, they're like two peas in a pod. But Najee Harris is like the bonus now. You can almost be like, all right, let's go, Omarion Hampton, and then the bonus is going to be Najee Harris. That to me seems significant. Okay, let me just here's kind of just some first looks at him. He's got that blue football, which I think is heavy. Love that. Look at the just practice field, and every time I see a Chargers highlight on practice, I'm like, man, it just looks so nice there. Okay. Here's something else. I mean, look at this guy. I can't wait to see him. And here's what I learned about the Lions over their rebuild is you'd have a player, and you think about your running backs that you had last year in your mind, and you're like, you know what, they're decent. Then when you upgrade, you realize those guys, oh man, they really weren't that good at all. That's what the Lions did for 2-3 years there, where you thought, no, we're all right at defensive end. Like we got enough guys there. Then you draft Aiden Hutchinson and get a free agent, and you're like, oh my gosh, the upgrade is crazy. That's what the Chargers are going to have, whether it's running back, wide receiver, where you think you're okay until you see real talent and you really level up. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, maybe we weren't as good as I thought. Another thing that I think is really important as we get into this and get training camp going is that we know that you lost a wide receiver. I made the argument that that's good news. And you guys put in the comments to back that up. It's like, just like Mike Williams, Joey Bosa, we just don't have to hear that he's not going to be there and think, well, if he's here and it's just he's not 100% ever. And so clearly the retirement said that, hey, I was never 100% or going to be 100%, so it's time to go. I thought that's good news rather than week after week. So wide receiver remains to be like, what do you do there? If you don't do anything, then it says, all right, Quentin Johnston must be all right. If you do something, then it's Keenan Allen, and all right, cool. But I continue to argue that you've got so much time, and the Lions have a lot of time. The Chargers have a lot of time. There's just a lot of time before you play the first meaningful game. So if you look at the wide receiver, Trey Harris is in, Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey. Man, if Quentin Johnston can play and Trey Harris comes along like we think, I mean, geez, that's not bad at all. And you've got some other guys. Brendan Rice being one of them. Man, be good, Brendan Rice. Never really had a chance last year. Kind of almost like a redshirt year, so would love to see what he can do. So keep an eye on that one as well. A lot of guys around the league and are on the PUP list to start. Now remember, the PUP list is basically we can stash you there and activate you at any point during training camp. But once that once the preseason is over, training camp preseason's over, if you're not off the PUP list, you automatically miss 4 games. It's like being on a little bit of an IR. So you get this extended, if you don't do anything, you've got them for 4 weeks into the season if you identify that they're on the PUP list right away. So there's a lot of teams around the league that have guys on the PUP list. So the reason I say that is because you've got some injuries, you've got some things that you're working through on your own team. It's fine. I actually am shocked at how many people are on the list, because you'd think everybody would come into the season after being off for 6 months, like good to go, but not the case. So come on. So Omarion Hampton, players, coaches, media continue to rave about him. We've been talking about him. Now he's getting into training camp, and it's real. Before his rookie minicamp, he stood out, didn't participate in some of the stuff because he was like so good, we just don't even need you out there. Then it was OTAs real quick, break for the summer. Now we're back to what everybody knows is like the real thing. And so that'll be interesting to see how well he performs. Okay, another thing that I think is really something to watch is Kyle Kennard. We're talking about this guy, and this is the SEC Player of the Year, defensive end, rush end, can play linebacker, can drop, but he's a guy that's rushing. And you get him in the 4th round. And I think because of that, you've forgotten about him. And Craig and I talk about this a lot. You got your first rounders, second rounders, you got the end of the draft guys that you're kind of like, "Ooh, what's up with that?" But really the meat of any draft is rounds 3, 4, and 5, because there's a million guys you could pick from in those areas. And if you nail those, it really changes your entire team. So Kyle Kennard is somebody that I think you got to be paying attention to. And let me just pull something up here real quick on Kyle Kennard. Some of these stats and stuff is just like, man, why was he a 4th rounder? We looked at this before. So he goes to Georgia Tech and then transfers to South Carolina. He explodes once he's in the SEC, 28 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks in just 12 games. 11.5 sacks in 12 games in the SEC. Pretty good. I'm sorry, he wasn't the player of the year. He was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. An All-American. 6'5", 240. Okay. He's like, okay, what's wrong with this guy? Now, rookie edge rusher. He's got elite athleticism. Production in college at the highest level. Again, a guy to keep an eye on. There's different. You drafted well. You drafted a bunch of guys. Aranda Gatson is another one, tight end. But these rookies matter more with the Chargers than most teams in the NFL, I would say, just because there was a base built last year. And remember, you're still in this like rebuild thing. And so first to second year guys need you, and rookies need you to have that impact that Joe Alt had. You know, it's like we drafted you high. Let's do something. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see all of you on the next one.